Welcome to today's module. Today we're starting the week 6 module, lesson 1 or day 1, and we're going to be revisiting the book, The Most Magnificent Thing. We have 2 targets for today's lesson. The first target that you'll be studying today or working on today is I can describe steps used in the most magnificent thing to build a magnificent thing. And the second target is I can brainstorm ideas for the magnificent thing that I want to create. We received another letter from headquarters, and I'm going to read it to you. It says, "You are ready to begin. First graders, we are happy to tell you that headquarters is ready for you to brainstorm a magnificent thing that's going to help you to learn. Don't forget that you learned how tools help to do work and make our lives easier. Also keep in mind how you learn that habits of character are needed to do the work too. You will need to use tools and habits of character for this task. In order to complete your mission, you will need to think about what you could build to help you learn. Think about a small problem that you might be able to solve if you build a magnificent thing. Here are some questions to help you think about what you might need. Number 1, is there any material that needs to be more organized? So when you're learning at home, do you ever have a hard time finding pencils or paper or whiteboards, etc.? Number 2, do you have a place for important papers or for mail? Number 3, is there information that you need that will help you read and write, like high frequency words? Number 4, are there any materials that are missing that could be made? Good luck. Headquarters cannot wait to see what you come up with. So it sounds like for this next module or week 6 of this module, you're going to be brainstorming something magnificent that you could make that's going to help you learn. You're going to need to use tools like tape or glue or scissors, and you're going to need habits of character to be successful. So you're going to need to collaborate. You're going to need to take initiative and finally persevere when the job gets done. I want you, when we're done with this lesson, to go ahead and reread the book, The Most Magnificent Thing. You can click on the link on this slide, or I also put it on the first slide where you found the Zoom link and this video link. So I want you to watch this video one more time so that you can remember how the girl took initiative, collaborated, and persevered. When we look at this anchor chart, it shows pictures of what the girl is doing and what steps she's using to create her magnificent thing. So the title of this chart is How to Make a Magnificent Thing. And so if we look up here, you guys can follow along with me. I'm going to make it red to match your dress. There's a picture of her sitting on the floor, sketching with her partner, the dog, and then also a picture of her sketching on a pad. She's in the planning stage. That's what we're going to work on today. Well, today we're brainstorming, but she's planning what she wants to make. In the second stage, she's beginning her work. She's tinkering. Remember, she's hammering, she's twisting, she's turning, and she's making something magnificent. And then on this page, she decides, you know what? It's not quite right. She's revising her work. She's deciding what she could do to change to make it even better. So these are some of the steps that we'll be using to make our magnificent thing. We'll be planning, we will be working, and we will be revising to make it even better. So your performance task is this. It says you will use tools and habits of character to build something that will help you to learn. So tools and habits of character to build something that will help you learn. Here are some options to consider. Number 1, make sure that you are creative. Think of any magnificent thing that can help you learn. Anything magnificent that can help you learn. I know we're learning from home, and I know sometimes I can't find my highlighter or I can't find my Expo pens. Maybe I could make a different compartment for every pen. You know, the other day I was looking for a brown crayon and I couldn't find it, so I used a colored pencil instead. But how can I organize my pencils so that I can find what I need when I need it? Number 2, high frequency word mobile. This mobile can help you remember and use sight words as you read and write. So if you chose to make something like this, it looks like you might need a hanger, some tape, some string, some note cards to make a high frequency mobile. And the third option is a mail bin. This is a mail bin that you can use to organize your papers for school or for work. I also thought about what the kids had made last year in first grade in my classroom. And some of the other ideas they came up with was a pencil holder, an organizing bin for their important papers. They created their own supply case. They created a word wall. And then my ... is a place where you can start to brainstorm what you need. When I think of my workspace at home, I know my OG, our small reading group bin, is a mess. I just kind of throw everything in there after the lesson. The cards are not organized. So what could I do to make that more organized? What could I create to make that easier for me to find what I'm looking for each day? Because sometimes I waste time digging through it. And, when I'm done, if I had a filing system, I could put all the cards in order. If I had, maybe an old cereal box, it would help. You want to find tools and supplies around your house that you already have. You don't need to buy anything extra. So think about what you could make to help you learn that is magnificent, that requires tools and habits of character. We'll be talking more about this in class and sharing our ideas. And remember, when you collaborate, you might even come up with a different idea. So your task today is to come up with 4 sketches of what you could make. It says brainstorm ideas of magnificent things that can help you learn. Sketch your ideas below. So you would sketch idea 1 here. Sketch idea number 2 here. On the next slide, idea number 3 here, and idea number 4 here. When you brainstorm, there's no right or wrong answer. You could think of something completely outside of the box that you don't even know how to begin building, but this is just to get your ideas flowing. So, if I'm making a pencil holder, what could I use around my house to make it? I'm thinking of like a Pringle, well, that's kind of tall, maybe a soup can. But I don't want it to say like chunky beef soup on it. I'd want it to be pretty. So what could I decorate it with? What could I use to cover the chunky soup label to make it pretty? So this is just kind of a fun way to get your brain thinking about what could I make to help me at home to learn better? What do I need to make my life easier when I'm looking for supplies? What about sight words? If I'm really wanting to learn those sight words or think of the ones we've already learned, could I make note cards and hang them on a word wall in my home, just like in the classroom? Or that mobile idea is really creative too. Today is a day to be creative, to think of anything you'd like that's going to help you learn. That will be magnificent. I look forward to seeing you at 9:45 or 10 to learn about what you're thinking of making, and then helping you to brainstorm the tools that you might need, and to collaborate with your peers to maybe help them come up with some ideas too. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I'll see you at 9:45 or 10.